I started with 6 rustic wood slats that I get from Hobby Lobby. They are 2.5 by 23 inches. And I took this felt heart that I got from Dollar Tree and I'm just tracing it on top of my wood slats. And once I had the heart fully traced, I'm going to be using my Ryobi scroll saw to cut this, which I did in a previous video, so I didn't re-show it here. But I can drop a link in the comments so you could see how I used my scroll saw to cut this. Now I'm taking some Elmer's wood glue and I'm just attaching all 6 slats together. I feel like you can also just buy a wooden heart. You do not need to cut one yourself to do this project. And then you want that to fully dry. And just for extra strength, I took some paint sticks and I glued them on the back just to hold all of the slats together as well. Once it was dry, I flipped it over and I took some Wise Owl Republic Red and I painted the entire heart with the Republic Red. And then I have some Snow Owl and I'm just going to start at the bottom and I'm just going to kind of blend in some white. And as I go up the heart, I'm adding more white to make the red more of a pink. And you could skip this step. You could leave it all just the Republic Red. I was going for almost like an ombre look, but nothing too drastic. So you kind of just mess around with it, move the paint around. And you're doing this all while your base coat is still wet. And then I just allowed that to dry. I decided to take a stencil, and I got these from Target. It was a pack of 4 stencils right in their dollar section. And using my foam dabber and a very small amount of Snow Owl, I'm going across the slats with a pattern. So I'm starting with this first pattern here, and I did it on a second row as well. And then I took my second stencil that came in the same pack, and I went across the next slat. So each slat is going to have its own stencil pattern. Now the key with stenciling is you want a very small amount of paint on your foam dabber. For small projects and stencils like this, I recommend the foam dabber. I do not recommend a stenciling brush. I never have luck with those. And then I'm just taking the third stencil I have that came in that same pack from Target, and I'm going across the third slat. And when you're dabbing the foam dabber, it's a very light coverage at first, and then you can just go right back over it. But again, very small amount of paint will help any bleed through. And then I have this wooden arrow. You can find these right at the Dollar Tree, and I'm just taking some Wise Owl black paint, and I'm painting the arrow. Now I did cut this in half. And it's a very thin wood, so if you have a good pair of metal shears, that would probably cut it. But I did use my Ryobi to cut this as well. I'm taking some Elmer's wood glue and a small paintbrush, and I'm just painting some glue on the ends of the arrow here. And I'm just going to position those. I have these mini DeWalt clamps. I believe they're 6-inch. I got them right from Home Depot, and they're perfect for wood projects like this. And I clamped it and allowed that to dry. Once the wood glue had dried, I'm just going to give it a top coat using my Wise Owl furniture salve. And there we go. Now we just have this tribal heart for Valentine's Day. Hope you enjoyed this video. Paint products can be found on our webpage at chalkitupfancy.com. And don't forget, you can also check out other tutorials on our webpage as well. Have a great day.